Jubilee, Jubilee, Jollibee. I never eat at Jollibee. Is that a hot take? Yo, what's up? HiMe here. Let's react to a Jubilee video. Does all Gen Z think the same? And as part of the Gen Z generation, even though my mom still calls me and my friends millennials, I think I can also provide insight with whatever they're saying, but we'll see about that. Content, give me content. I just need to upload in YouTube. Since Lazy Floof commented that he wanted react videos.
I feel like in my household, my opinion is not valid, and it will never be valid as long as I live. My parents will yell at me, they'll get mad at me, and we'll get into like such large arguments. It's even gotten to the point of one time where I've gotten into arguments with my parents with like, you're gonna have to move out if you don't like agree with these things.
I'm your parent, I pay for you. You do as I say.
I've sent or received nudes.
Oh, do I
3,
have to answer this?
2,
Do I have to answer
1,
this
go.
as well? Maybe I shouldn't. My family watches.
If one day I want to get a certain job or go into a political office, I just don't ever want to have somebody to hold that against me. Even when people send me nudes, I'm like, I didn't necessarily need that. Like dick pics when they're just, you know?
Are we saying nudes?
Nudes. Should
Oh
we start
my God,
over?
Wait, what did she?
I'm saying news. N-E-W-S.
Nudes.
I'm
What?
so sorry. I don't send nudes because I just do things on social media. I want to pursue acting. I feel like my body's a temple. You gotta pay to see it, if at least. Same as Daniel said.
Respect.
They can come back and bite you. I'm just scared.
Revenge porn is very real, and I think most women
Ew.
or women adjacent people have received unsolicited pics.
Is that
As,
an
like,
American
a bisexual
thing?
person and kind of just being in like a world that's hyper-sexualized already. And it sucks because that's kind of like the age of social media and like LGBTQ youth is that pretty much like they have to seek validation online. That's like really like the way to do it.
I agree exactly with what Makai said. I mean, it is like the form of validation now. Like sending nudes is love, but which
This
hurts.
makes me just
So,
want to.
yeah.
This makes me just want to jump over.
Sending
'cause I feel like I'm in
nudes
the
is
wrong area.
love.
You know, we're gonna go here.
If like they should respect your
Wow.
values if you don't want to send nudes, and if not, like it's
Yeah.
pretty clear to me that they're just using me for my body. Nudes has a lot to do with appearance, and putting a lot of value on how you appear can just sometimes be damaging.
To piggyback off that, it's really important too, like when you're growing up, no matter like your body type or how you look, everyone has like beauty in them. So it's important to love your body and love like how you look.
Everyone is
because, like,
beautiful.
Girl, that's your body. Like flaunt what you got, boo. That validation needs to come from within, not from other people. Cause like I know I'm sexy.
That's
I mean,
sassy.
I'm sexy. So, period poo. Is that going in?
Is that
Skinny
going
jeans
in?
are out
No
of
pun
style.
intended.
3, 2, 1, go.
Out of style.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just the era of the time. It was like rock was like, you know, pop rock, lots of skinny jeans, and then it turned into like ripped jeans. And I think pants are getting bigger. I don't know if it's because like maybe we're shifting more towards like androgyny. I'm over here because I think that skinny jeans, I don't like them and I wouldn't wear them because I also have like chicken legs. So like that's not happening
Wait,
for
is
me.
it out of style or in style?
The question was skinny jeans are out of style.
Yo guys, I used to wear like skinny jeans all the time. Like all my pants were skinny. Like I had like you know those school pants that you wear in school? What are they called? The formal pants that you wear for like school or whatever. I had to like tailor it so that it would like have a nice fit on my legs, and it's like pretty tight, but it's not like, you know, but it's just I did that for like so long, and then I tried out one that wasn't like custom made or one that wasn't like tight. And oh my God, I looked so bad. It didn't look good on me. I think skinny jeans are bad, but like it has to be like the right fit, I feel like.
So I'm saying that they are in style?
Yeah, skinny jeans
Oh,
are in
no,
style.
they're out of style.
I recently bought my like first pair of like baggier jeans, kind of like what he's wearing, and I was like blown away, honestly. Like there's so much space. You don't have to worry about it like bunching up and stuff. Like,
Bro, I hate so much space. I don't like feeling the cloth on my legs.
yeah, I don't know why we ever stuck with skinny jeans to begin with.
I think the whole skinny jeans side part thing is generational politics that are trying to like distract us from what we actually disagree about. Like nobody actually cares about the skinny jeans and middle parts. Like
Yeah.
millennials, please stop making songs about it. It's not that deep.
I
It's
get
not
my
that
nudes
deep.
From YouTube.
I
Three,
get my news.
two,
Oh
one,
yeah, I do.
Go.
Like I do get some news on YouTube because TV Patrol and other news they upload on YouTube. So I watch some of the videos sometimes, the COVID ones as well, because I don't watch TV.
I just somewhat disagree because I try not to just, stay on YouTube because it can be a lot of disinformation, but I also feel like, I follow a lot of political YouTubers and I feel like their perspectives are different than what's on the mainstream.
Oh, they think get news from YouTubers. I don't do that. YouTube news.
Because like 3 corporations own all of the media.
Social news, Twitter, 100% easily. But like if it's like some political stuff, I have like subscriptions to like New York Times, even Fox and stuff, just so that I get a perspective from everyone. And I tend to go ahead and like focus
New
more
York
on like
Times.
the journalism stuff. And YouTube is like the headlines, but
It
I don't
always reminds
click the
me of
video and like
PewDiePie.
deliberately watch it until I've known the facts.
The ability of Twitter to get, opinions out there from people who aren't political pundits is really valuable. And, when big things happen, Twitter usually hears about it first.
I feel like it kind of just comes down to like a media literacy thing, and it's something that like our generation and future generations are gonna have to face. We haven't been in this era where there's like what Sarah was saying about like the democratized way of social media where like everyone can say information. We're like in this new era where we pretty much have to learn how to decipher which is valuable and valid information and what's not. And like as social media continues to grow, I feel like we're just gonna keep becoming more literate.
And I feel
Yeah,
like we
because
should be
like
taught this in schools. We're a whole new era. Like we grew up with like tablets and laptops.
I
whereas
mean,
in, like,
don't they already teach it in schools? Like how to know if the information is credible or not by double checking who wrote it, where it was posted, checking different sources, and seeing if it's credible or not.
like previous generations didn't, which allows us obviously to have more diverse opinions, but I think that should be taught in school as well.
Do your guys' parents ever just call you and be like, did you know this happened? And you're like, yeah, it happened like 5 hours ago. And you're like, did you just find out now?
It's usually fake news with my mom.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
usually fake news with my mom.
She gets
Yeah.
news from Facebook.
Same,
Literally, she
same,
calls me.
same,
She's like, did you
yeah.
hear about this? Like,
Oh,
mom,
no.
that's right. She's like, it is.
Yeah.
Like my mom, when she was on Instagram, she was just like, she was seeing the wrong stuff. And then she was like, the vaccine, those microchips. And I was like, Mom.
I think it's also important to think about like why people believe that. Like, yeah, it's like
The microchips, man. It's in the Bible. Don't you dare. God forbid you put those chemicals in your body.
stupid and it's funny to make fun of, but like people are afraid of like, really rich people who are going to be like controlling a lot of stuff without, democratic elections and without any accountability. And it makes sense that people would feel like, I don't really know if I can trust the government.
My parents and
I mean, how can you trust all of the government?
agree on political and social issues. 3, 2, 1, go.
My parents like raised me again on the whole thing of like look at every single side. And I guess it didn't go necessarily their way, but at the same time like sometimes it ends up being a wreck, but like whenever it's a wreck, we come back and we're like, I see your point, but here's what I think and here's why, loaded with facts, not just like, oh, I think this because this and this and this X and X and said. No, it's because this is a percentage, this is a statistic that I'm pointing out.
Honestly, I used to try and like show them a different perspective and like
Facts.
have an open conversation, but
Show
like
the facts.
I'm kind of at the point now where it's like, you know what, let's just not talk about it. It's probably for the best.
My parents always say to me, like, you pay attention to politics more than we do, and we like learn from you. And sometimes we get into little arguments. That can
that's
be
wholesome.
a good like way to sort of inform each other, because obviously they have more experience like historically, like what went on. But they can also say like, yeah, I don't understand, this specific issue. Can you, get me up to speed? And
I would like to have a disclaimer for my mom and dad. What's coming out of my mouth is coming out through love. Also, if they're watching this, please stop watching. I don't want to be quiet about the things and I want to speak up and share my opinion, but when it comes to that, my parents will yell at me, they'll get mad at me, and we'll get into like such large arguments. It's even gotten to the point of one time where I've gotten into arguments with my parents with like, you're gonna have to move out if you don't like agree with these things. And it's like, I understand what you're saying and all, but you're telling me that if I don't do what you're saying, what you think is correct, I'm not allowed to think what I think is correct because what you think is correct is concrete.
It's kind of similar, but
That's like something with religion, huh? Like when someone says I think Hinduism is correct, but somebody says no, I think Christianism is correct. You can't really say get out of my house. You just have to like understand each other and find common ground and learn from each other or whatever.
But different, like I'm actually grateful that my parents and I have different political opinions, because I think it's kind of forced me to try and see the other side and try to understand why they think a certain way.
Sometimes those disagreements are fundamental to your identity. Like they say a lot about how you look at the world, how you treat
True.
other people, and it's hard to separate that. I don't want to be friends with someone who thinks that like people who are poor or unhoused people do that because it's their choice. Because that's a fundamental disagreement with what I believe.
That's fair, but also family, I feel like, is different. They're immigrants. There are certain issues that they won't, fully understand. Yes, it would be nice if they try to.
It's very different with it, like friends or like your parents, your
Exactly,
family.
yes.
I agree 100% with Daniel. My parents came
Okay.
from Romania. It was
Hula
communist
hula.
at that point. So their views on the world are not going to be the same as everyone's as like they were, So it changes because where you
Different
come
cultures.
from is so different from America.
I have felt depressed.
Yes.
2, 1, go.
Oh my God, everyone's at strongly agree.
There
Everyone
are a lot
zoom
of points
in!
where it is romanticized, and I think it's a difficult struggle. And also, I think like within like the Black community, there also is just not a lot of attention to mental health at all. Obviously, there's points where I feel flustered and I feel like, oh, like everything's crumbling around me, and that's like a very common human thing.
People want to talk about how depressed they are until you're like, hey, I haven't taken a shower in 4 weeks and I can't get out of bed and I haven't been eating food. And they're like, ew, that's gross. It's like, that's what depression is.
Especially with our generation, what ends up happening is that
I did that
some
once.
small thing happens and we're depressed.
Not 4 weeks, though.
The term is just used so loosely. When you say comments like that, it takes away the power, in a sense, from like people that actually are seeking help.
So I'm about to have a really vulnerable moment with y'all. So my whole life, I have been so bullied, and words hurt so much.
Oh.
And 6 months ago, I almost took my life because of like words. They have this effect on you.
Words are strong.
You can't talk to people about it.
And if you have no one to talk to, you're kind of fucked.
And my friend's mom posted, if you need to talk to someone, to call this number, and I talked to them, and I spoke to them on the phone for 2 hours by myself at nighttime. And if it wasn't for her just doing that, I feel like I wouldn't have been here today.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
It's okay, Harry Potter.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That takes a lot
Oh wait,
of
no,
guts
is that
to
bad?
speak up about
I
it.
didn't.
My whole
I
life.
didn't mean it in a bullying way.
I've wanted to, because I don't want other people to feel the same way I felt, because if I can help someone feel that smile or that joy, for me, it would mean everything to me, because it means that I'm fighting what other people did to me.
I don't really like it when people
Okay.
like
I
compare their
apologize.
depressions, because like, saying like someone else is not depressed, because you don't really know what they like feel. But I'm really glad that people are like talking
Yeah.
about it now, and that we can all
You
like,
never know
bond over it.
how
I'm
someone
truly
feels.
thinking that like the pressure that's put on our generation with social media is what like causes it. But yeah, I'm really glad that like people talk about it, so we have resources and stuff.
People go through a lot and they don't really share a lot, I think. So like simple words sometimes really do help.
I am optimistic about the future.
Eh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh wow. Wait, that's a lot of agree. Whoa. I expected a little like somewhat.
Personally, it's in my nature to not be optimistic, because I think a lot of people in our generation are very nihilistic. I try not to like view it like that, because it's very like deterministic. Like, well, the world's going to hell, like we can't do anything. And if you believe that, then like you're not fighting for like a better world, and you're not fighting for change.
I'm very much with Sarah on the point where our generation is very cynical, very nihilistic. We like to just like assume that things can't be fixed, because in the past they just never were. I don't know. I think I'm very optimistic for the future, because
Yeah,
I
I
believe
think I
as we
agree with
become
that.
more educated and we have more resources to certain things and information, we can do great things, but we just have to believe that we can, or else it won't happen.
Now I'm feeling sad about saying someone disagree. I just was thinking about this in like the climate perspective and like social media, how it's been used so negatively. When I think about those two major things, I can't see it stopping anywhere.
It's a little unimaginable. It's like, you
Yeah,
can't,
no,
it's
like I want to
incomprehensible.
be positive, of
big.
course, and I want the change to happen, but like where does it start?
I try to be positive and I always say like, if there's something you don't like, we can work on it and fix it. And I think that this generation in particular is really good at that. Like
Yeah,
Gen Z is
true.
crazy. Like we get things done. The impact we've had with like TikTok even, like, yeah, we changed a lot of things.
I feel like we have
But that doesn't mean everyone is though. Because I still see dumb shit on Facebook.
come far as a society, but that doesn't mean I'm also not disappointed in our society. There's so many things that we've gotten to like build upon as a society and people are growing upon as a society. And you know what? After like meeting you guys today, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's hope.
On a more
Yes,
societal point of view, I feel very
wholesome.
good that like change will occur
Damn.
whether we like it or not. That's just how society is, we progress.
That is officially a wrap. Great job, you guys.
Oh my god, Zoomers, fellow Zoomers out there, we got hope. Hope is the future. I think that was a good video. Okay, I have class in 5 minutes. Bye guys. See you next video.